Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieder here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about CMMC Control IA L2-3.5.6 Disable identifiers after a defined period of inactivity. All right, let's talk about it. So CMMC Control IA L2-3.5.6 Disable identifiers after a defined period of inactivity. Well, of course, the first real question is, what on earth is an identifier? That is indeed a great question. Identifiers are typically the key field related to a user which uniquely identifies them and typically doesn't change. A great example of an identifier might be a username, although it doesn't have to be. It could be an account identifier, but a lot of times people most commonly associate it with a username, something that uniquely identifies that user account. Probably would have been easier if they had just used the term account instead of identifier, making everybody run to Google and try to take a wild swinging guess at what this thing is. But again, this is a standard, and it has to be designed to the best of its ability to fit the widest variety of systems. The language used is, a challenge for sure. Now, why is this so important, right? Why is it important? Well, the more accounts that have access to things, the larger the number of accounts, the larger the number of potential threat vectors through those accounts exist. When accounts sit idle and don't have their passwords changed, or users accessing them to report odd activity happening with those accounts, over time the risk continues to grow that someone will be able to hack in and gain inappropriate or unauthorized access. So this control stops that by saying, hey look, make a defined period of time and disable those accounts. Make sure that they don't just sort of openly have access forever and ever and ever. So let's dive into what the assessors are looking for on this one to get a better understanding. So they're looking for two things. One is determining if a period of inactivity after which an identifier is disabled is actually defined. Somewhere we have to define how this works. So I'll give you a great example. Identifiers are disabled after a period of 365 days of inactivity per the IT operations policy. Yes, some written policy may be a great way to do this. User account status is reviewed at a minimum annually, right? So we're going to explain how we're reviewing this. IT service tickets are created upon review to task disabling identifiers after this period of inactivity. Now, again, this is sort of a more small to medium company kind of way to handle things, right? So we're essentially using some manual interaction with the system to prove that we're able to disable that inactivity or those inactive accounts after they've passed that 365 days. Again, we're gonna have to really get this documented well, otherwise it won't really pass. Second assessment point, determine if identifiers are disabled after the defined period of inactivity. So again, the assessor is going to be looking for, can I prove that they're disabled? We're going to say this is implemented, review baseline configuration review, and compare to current system configuration. So again, in our baseline configuration, we're probably going to be able to see those accounts and how long they've been active or when the last login occurred. And again, compare to current system configuration to make sure that any group policies or anything like that are in place to help with this are actually working. So again, this one's a little bit more technically complex to figure out how to do this, but again, lots of ways to do it. And again, manual intervention sometimes is needed to solve for some of these controls. There is a human element. So hey, if you're trying to get compliant with DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, or CMMC on your own, and you're looking for help, our compliance experts are always on call for you. Visit CMMCComplianceSecrets.com or check out the bio below for links that will make your life easy. Okay, seriously, check out the description below. Amazing stuff. It'll be really helpful to you, and it doesn't cost a thing. There you can find more information about how we can help, self-schedule time at your convenience with one of our compliance experts through any form on our website, or learn more about our completely done-for-you services that can have you on your way to being compliant in just 2 to 3 days. And hey, if you love the content that we're putting out here for you, help us out with a big thumbs up on that like button, or even better, smash that subscribe button to get the latest compliance content as soon as our compliance nerds roll it out. It's a great way to stay prepared for that upcoming CMMC certification that everybody's going to have to go through. All right, until the next compliance tip, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, and hit us in the comments below to let us know what you'd like to learn more about when it comes to information security and compliance. I'll see you on the next one.